Well, I first went to Fife Flyers in the 1950s when I was a toddler. My dad took me up. I got frightened with the face off all the noise, so he had to walk me back. We lived near the ice rink, so he had to walk me back home and then walk back up. And he missed the first period, and Flyers were 7-0 up. And they gubbed Dunfermline Vikings. I think it was about 21-2, he said. So that was during the 1950s. Hockey almost disappeared at Kirkcaldy. I believe it was that the rink was almost closed in 1958, and they were going to turn it into a swimming pool, which wouldn't been very good for hockey. Underwater hockey would never have taken up.
I don't have to go back such a long way as Glyn, but my parents used to take me occasionally, my brother and I, to watch the Flyers matches. And I remember in the 60s, and my mother saying to me, "You can shout and you can make a noise." And I remember thinking, but we're not usually allowed to do that. So I felt really embarrassed. I thought, I'm not going to sit and shout. So my brother was quite animated. I just felt absolutely totally embarrassed. And now, going as an adult, now I make as much noise as anybody else. I really enjoy it now.
Not as much as me.
No, but yeah, it was quite funny.
I'm thinking it was 15, it would be about 1987. My mum took me along to a game, and for what I could remember, it was really, it was quite, the memories are not really there for it, if you like. But one thing I can remember about it is going in and the place was packed and it was jumping. And I used to think, whoa, you were a wee bit, even at 15 and you're sitting with your mum and your sister and stuff like that, you think, whoa, this is, because the fans used to be bananas at that time. It was Heineken days and stuff. But I can always remember Steve Moria, this long, I think they used to call it the mullet, the curly hair hanging out the back of the helmet and stuff like that. And I'm, scoring loads of goals and stuff. So as a young guy, you're like, oh, he's brilliant.
I won tickets on Radio 4th. I'd never been to the Flyers, even though I lived in Kirkcaldy for the whole of my high school life. Never ever went. All my friends went, but I didn't go. I didn't know what the excitement was all about. I must have been 30 when I won some tickets. So I've given my age away when you ask me how long I've been going. Yeah, I won tickets on Radio 4th, and it was to a game against the Newcastle Jesters. And it was an exhibition match because they weren't in our league. And I've never really missed a game since.
You hooked straight away?
Yeah, hooked immediately. There was a few fights, and it was just incredible, really good atmosphere.
We sit in the rink. That none of the seats are booked. There are not many reserved seats around us, but the same people sit in the same seats every week. And we've got the family. The granddad comes from Ayr and brings those kids from Renfrew and Houston. We've got other families come from elsewhere in Fife. We've got people come across from Falkirk. It's really good. It's just an experience. It
is. I think that was such a surprise to me, that it was so friendly. And everybody, and if you don't sit in your usual seat, people get a bit concerned about where you are.
Yeah, you're right.
So everybody, and people do tend to generate, even if you haven't actually got a season ticket, people tend to sit in the same area, so you get to know the people round about you, and I think I enjoy that as much as I do watching the ice hockey. So,
where other people sit, you're waving to your friends on the other side of the rink. It's good. Very good.
A typical Saturday night for me is just basically maybe seeing the kids. I'll see in the morning because they'll be in their bed by the time I come back, or maybe taking one of them with me and going over with Nicola and Paul and Kirk and up to the seats where we sit every week, put the drums out and put the Nicola will put our tops and stuff out to keep the seats for friends that normally sit around us that didn't get there till normally before the game starts, and down to the bar and meet people that we see and have a blather and stuff like that, and then back up for the game. And to be quite honest, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have hockey to go and watch.
The buzz you can get, you walk into the rink, you don't know what the game's going to be like. It can be quite a flat game. There's no saying that sometimes the games are quite flat, but if you are playing against certain teams and it's a very, very tense match, everyone's on the edge of their seat, it can go quiet, then everybody starts to get behind the team, and then basically the roof can near enough come off in that building. And as I say, it could be a Tuesday night against a team that you weren't expecting to beat. for example, last Tuesday when you win, you're not expecting to, it's against the odds, and it is like winning the World Cup. You come out of there absolutely
buzzing.
Buzzing, that's the right word. Buzzing.
I just got involved in the hockey and I liked it, and that was simple as that. I just came up and seen 2 or 3 games, and 30 years ago it started getting big, well, bigger, and that's when I started really coming to the games. Well, I've been coming to the games for, well, 60 years near enough, overall. And I can mind the one year the Brighton Tigers came up. I think it was a Saturday night, and they were late getting up because of the fog. They couldn't get in with the plane, and Obdi went home, and the game went on about midnight, and Obdi came back again at midnight to see it.
Including yourself?
Including myself, because I just stayed round the corner. I was the lucky one. Well, that reminded that the trophy getting won, and it was the 60s, as it says on the label there, and the Loddy was only a bairn at that time, and he's now 49 this year, and they've got a win near the end of the game, 2-1 it was, and Bill Snedden scored the goal, and the Loddy bairn went right up in the air in the house in Oswald Road, and I always minded that. And well, I've told him the story, because he doesn't mind about, obviously, but it'd only be a year to a year and a half old at that time, and that was brilliant. They weren't meant to win that last year. Wembley Lions was meant to win that, I think, and they were all disappointed because the Flyers won it. And the Heineken days, they were the great days. That's a good few years ago. We used to come up to stand outside the door when the players were coming in and say, "Mister, can you take us in?" And sometimes the players did take you in, and sometimes you got left outside because you didn't have the money to get in. But it was brilliant. You used to ask the Canadians, "Can you take me in?" Begging, basically. Well, just my local team, so that's a start, but it's just a friendly atmosphere in the rink when you come in, and it's just a family sport. I think it's great.
It was originally my own idea because I've been going for 4.5 seasons now, and it was my mum's friend that made it, and it was done by hand, so it made it even more special. And well, it's pretty big. Just a bit. Well, these were originally from real players because we sat right behind them, and I came up with the idea of just having them 3D up on my wall. This one here is Kyle Horns, and this one here is Andy Samuels.
This was not my idea whatsoever. This was her idea. She wanted something put up permanent, and when she come home with last season with Stephen King's stick, she wanted to put it up on the wall, and I says, well, we'll wait, and once you get your bedroom decorated, we'll see if we can find space. And then she come home with another one, and another one, and another one, and so she says, I've got a good idea, why don't we put them up like a badge? And I says, well, that's going to be a bit big, and Mummy can't draw. And I remembered that a good friend of mine could. So when she was in, she asked my friend if she would mind drawing it up for her, painting it for her, and it was never an issue. It's just that it was going to be done in 4 full days.
It was worth it though.
To see the look on her face when she came in for school this afternoon, definitely, without a doubt, it was worth every second. I'll not be saying that when I'm trying to get the paint off the floor, but at the moment, yes, it's worth it.
We just usually go together, go down early, get our tea in the bar, and just meet up with friends and have a bit hockey banter in the bar, and then head up to our seats, just sit and scream together.
We have more banter at
more banter, yeah.
And after the game, more banter in the bar again.
Yeah.
Well, most of the times.
So yeah, that's pretty much what the weekend entails when it's during the season. Probably about 14, 15 years ago.
Used to sit a couple of seats away from each other.
2 or 3 seats away, and just started talking, and things kind of developed quite slowly to start with from there, and then here we are 14, 15 years later.
Still going.
Still going to the hockey. 2
kids later. Yeah. Amazing what you find at Kirkcaldy Ice Rink.
Cheers.
I remember my first game when we took a wee one after my husband and I got married. It was something we both decided we wanted to do as a family, so we use hockey night as family night regardless of where or what we're doing. It's hockey night, it's family night, and we spend it, the 3 of us together. And she was 3 years old, and it was possibly one of the best games of hockey we've ever seen because she was so excited. She had such a great night, and it was fantastic. It really was just the best night. It was the best thing for her. She was just a shy wee girl that wouldn't. She didn't like busy places, didn't like loud noises, and you can hear her in the rink when she shouts now.
So do you feel like part of the team then when you're in the crowd?
Yeah, definitely.
What was it? What were you like in a match? What were you shouting? You got like a favourite player that you cheer on, or?
Well, I usually shout at the referee when it's Wilson or Hansen.
What are you guys like as a family, like in the stands? Like, are you quite quiet, or what you
Very, very vocal. Very vocal.
I don't know who's worse out of the 4, actually.
I'd say the only quiet one would be Cody.
Cody's quieter out of the 4.
And mum's probably the loudest.
I'm the worst. I have to admit, I'm the worst. I keep getting it out for the doctor about my throat. I'm the worst. I always go with the intention of being quiet.
I'm not going to shout.
And 5 minutes in, that's me. So that.
always have been vocal. I think that's part and parcel of the game.
Yeah.
It's the excitement, really.
Yeah, caught up in the atmosphere as well, eh? So yeah, good fun.
We get out as a family, and she has got her own friends, and we as well as us, we've made friends. My husband and I we've made friends with many people just through the hockey that we would never ever have met otherwise. And there is that sense of when you go into the bar before the game, there's always somebody there. You can sit, you can have a drink and just have a chat about last week's game, or what the refereeing was like, or who's injured this week, or you've always got somebody there that you didn't necessarily would never have had in your life with it being in the rink.
We've got people that sit behind us and people that sit behind just on top of where the Zamboni sits. So
what's their names?
There's one called Fiona, Duncan, Gemma, and there's one called Rebecca.
Nice people?
Yeah.
Loads of different people we've met through the hockey. There's people that don't see as much of now, but still keep in touch with, like through Facebook and things like that. But yeah, it's amazing the amount of people you meet through just going every weekend.
There's generally probably maybe a crowd of around about 12 or 15 that kind of congregate in the area we stand and sit.
That's the main lot.
Area.
But there is lots of other people that we know are quite friendly with different parts of the rink.
Like Clark and Nicola.
Yeah, Clark, Nicola and Ian, a lot of people over the other side. You pretty much, if you don't know the people's names, you know who they are, and vice versa. So it's a small enough place, but you know, a big enough crowd that makes it good.
Usually, most times that was what I usually came for when I just started to like get into it. I was just like, oh, I want to do the drumming, but now that's just like, it's that and just like watching the Fife Flyers and see them do good. But I really love doing the drumming because it's like the main part of it. I come to the Flyers.
This is Kirk's top this year. This is this year's away top. So Kirk's the only one that's actually got a top this year that's new. I'm actually wearing a slightly older one this year. After what happened a few weeks ago when Kelly sadly passed away, I wanted to put a tribute on my top, just you know, something, so I didn't have to say anything, people could see right away that I was thinking about Todd and his family. I put 3 silver stars to represent Kelly and her babies, and I put the wings of Flyers just to show that the Flyers community was thinking about them.
And I got involved with the Kestrels back in about 2000, 2001, where Gavin Holmes, who I know Gavin asked me if I'd come along and help them out just with the kit and stuff like that. And Mrs. Gavin's top from that year, and it's obviously signed on the back there. It's a bit sad that you've got your friend signed top and that, but I think it was great. Obviously we're getting involved with the Kestrels and seeing them going on and making it up with the Flyers as well. And that was the year, I think that was like the eagle that the Ayr Scottish Eagles and stuff like that used. I mean, that's one of the things I don't think I'll ever get rid of. As I was saying to you earlier on there, I've had goalie pads that I bought off Colin Grubb when he retired, because he was obviously a friend, and I bought his goalie pads. And I've now got Craig Douglas's goalie pads, who's now backing up the Flyers now. And I've just got like a hoodie and stuff like that. I've got other things kicking about the house. A couple of things I picked up was medals that we won when I was helping out with the Flyers, and when we went from the Kestrel to the Flyers, and I was on the bench with the team, and there was a couple of the medals we won because we won a Grand Slam that year. I've got a couple of I couldn't really find them, but I've got another couple of medals there for Autumn Cup and stuff like that. You've got like Hockey UK and the league and the Autumn Cup, and that was another Grand Slam year, and it was great, and it was great to be part of it. You know, there's no better feeling than knowing when you're on the bench, if somebody's broke something, or you've done, you know, if they're needing a hand, and it keeps them on the ice, and they might go out and score a goal, it wins you the game, and you're all, although you're not playing, you're still part of that team, and they make you feel part of that team, and you would do anything for them, you know.
I usually get the crowd going by doing a Flyers chant, which is this.
Flyers! Flyers! Flyers!
And when the Flyers score, I do the goal chant, which is this. Goal!
What Fife Flyers mean to me, I think it's a sense of belonging to something quite special. It does feel like a family, and the welcoming feel that you get when you walk through the doors on a Saturday night, it gives me quite a buzz. It makes the hairs on the back of my neck and stand up. I'm just like, yeah, it's amazing. It's a sense of belonging.
It's probably my all-abiding passion in sport, certainly at the moment, and it's always been quite high there, so really feel passionately about it and hope that we go on from strength to strength in the years to come.
I'd have no life without the Flyers. I wouldn't. I would have no social life. You would have a social life, but Fife Flyers is my social life. Ice hockey is my social life, and I'm sure every fan will tell you the few months in the summer is just it's a routine. You know what I mean? But without that Flyers fix, there would be no social life basically. Eh?
It's what I do every weekend. I revolve my off time around Flyers. I've gret about Flyers. I've screamed. I have gone through every emotion with the Fife Flyers. It's absolutely everything for winter.
Like the world to me. Like if something happens, I'll be like, oh no, or if like I'll just try to get as involved as I can, and I just love the Flyers.
It just makes me feel like I'm in a safe place, and I know that it's a family sport, and I know that I've got friends that would come to me if I had a question or if I'd hurt myself. They would always say, are you okay, or they would tell me the answer to what I was asking.
You know, you can go into any rink in Britain and then sit next to a complete stranger, but providing they've got the same shirt on, they will talk to you like you've known them all your life. That's it. It's just being part of that family is not something you can describe. It's just a feeling. It's not something you can describe. It's just an emotion that hits you when if you're a fan, you're a fan. That's it.
Fife Flyers means to me, that's probably my whole weekend revolves around Flyers. In fact, probably kind of merging into the week as well when the excitement and the buzz starts. So it's pretty secondary to family, but nothing comes after that really. It's family and then Flyers. Yeah.
Fife Flyers to me is my whole, how I spend my weekend. You know, meet up with my friends, have a good laugh, watch a good game of hockey, pray for that win. But yeah, it's my sport of choice, my weekend, and it's a whole week thing. So yeah, I love it.
Going up to the game, meeting up with friends, praying that we're going to win.
Oh, it's just a great feeling. It's just a happy feeling that you're a Fife Flyers fan. That's about all I could say. Just glad to be a Fife Flyers fan. Simple as that.